Howdy folks, welcome back to an mile arc, and we are in Poland today. Just a quick little flight in Twin Otter. We are going to check out the Vistula River in Poland. I got this idea because my neighbors are from Poland and they just visited there for a family event of some type, and they're back. I'm like, hey, I've never been in Poland in the flight sim, I don't think. I don't know what city they're from, so I didn't pick an airport based on that. I just know they're from Poland. So I decided to check stuff out, and there's this really gigantic long river called the Vistula River. So we're going to, it's kind of a mix of VFR, IFR. We are going to have some weather to deal with. Real world weather is turned on. It is so windy you can see the props actually spinning. So hopefully we can maneuver this thing. This airplane, you get a 5-knot wind and you're like in a hurricane. We'll see how it goes. I don't expect it to be smooth. It will be a rough flight, folks. But if you want to get there, you got to deal with the rough flight. So that's how we're going to handle this thing. We have a quick and easy flight plan type thing in case we do run into this IMC. I am recording at 60 frames per second again. I am back to game recording. In the previous video, I had this long rant about frame rates and things. Turned out it was just the Coronado weird cockpit view thing where everything is super high, except if you're in the zoomed in cockpit view in a Coronado B1900D, your frame rates go to crap. It's been that way ever since X-Plane 10. I totally forgot about it. So hopefully my editorial marks in my editing the previous video took care of that. I'm just mentioning that because I feel kind of dumb for ranting when that wasn't the problem. So I'm recording and game recording 60 frames per second. We are getting about 60 frames per second in the sim, so it's going to work out just fine. I like to admit my mistakes because then I don't feel as dumb about feeling dumb. Alrighty, so we're all set to go. People are boarding as we chat here. We are going to get stuff going, so let's get the checklist going here. First thing we need to do is make sure the park and brake is set, which is down there. And we're going to do our fuel and payload, which is in our little black book. When I was 12, my dad bought me a little black book. Then he told me what it meant, and I threw it away. We got to get cargo in the front, or else when we start loading people, it'll tip over, which we've had before. And it's starting to tip now. So more cargo in front, please. More cargo in front, please. And get that Mac centered. There we go. Close enough. I still have to learn about Mac. Remember I talk about the simulators, what do you make of it, right? I need to still learn how to calculate fuel. And I still need to figure out exactly where the Mac. I mean, center of gravity, you would think it's supposed to be in the middle of the Mac, but I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be in the middle. I don't know. I have to learn. Let's just do fuel. Does this say how long the range is on this? No. It doesn't say what the range is. We have to go into here to get our range. We better not be flying for 2 hours. I guess it's okay. I have the time today. SkyMaxx livery, just because, and time 3:13. It'll be about 3:30 when we leave. Alrighty, let's remove this control lock right there. Come on, we have to get it from here. I just thought, there we go. Battery switch. It should flash, and it does. I love that. DC master on. Remove the GPU, which means ground power unit, just in case. I can't assume everybody knows everything, because there was a time when I knew nothing. I'd watch all these videos and hear all this jargon, and I didn't know what the heck anybody was talking about. GPU, ground power unit, so we can power the airplane when it's not running and the battery's off, right? Just like APU is auxiliary power unit in the larger aircraft. Alrighty, let's see here. Position lights, anti-collision lights, strobe lights, and flight compartment fans. The emergency lights. This lighting, for those of you who don't know, it depends on your company and it depends on rules. So when you turn on the nav lights, for example, sometimes it's before you get taxied back. Sometimes it's when you're at the stoplight at the runway. I am part of some real life flight Facebook groups that people ask these questions, including myself, and the range of answers. All real life pilots. They're all real pilots. but no one can agree. It's really kind of scary and funny at the same time. But talking to my real life pilot friend, it's basically based on company rules. Like autopilot, you have company rules. There are some FAA rules about if you're doing a certain thing, you have to be an autopilot. But a lot of it's company rules. They'll be like, at 10,000 feet or 18,000 feet or 12,000 feet, you have to be an autopilot. Sometimes it's like, we don't care. Sometimes it's like, right away. So, I mean, it just depends on your company and stuff. And maybe even where you're flying too. Like maybe there's some special rules in place based on the airport, right? You got to be aware of that stuff too. In the flight sim, though, we just do the best we can and make the best of it. Alrighty, GPS, turn it on. It already turned on in this version. Alright, turn all this stuff on. Turn you on and turn you on. Alright, flight plan. Yes, sort of. We are going to take off and immediately turn 90 degrees. If VFR allows, we will follow the coast until we intercept VOR. And then we'll follow the river and sightsee. However, based on the weather, I don't think that's going to be possible. So we are going to set the heading bug to 90 degrees as soon as we take out. Let me show you on a map what we're going to do. Actually, we're not going to do 90 degrees. We're going to do 140 degrees. It's going to be opposite runway heading. I made that change. So our runway is what? We're going to take off on 31. So that means 130. So we're going to take off at 130 degrees. We're doing this long runway here. So see 20, 30. We're going to take off, follow opposite runway heading, 130 degrees. We'll use the heading bug for that. And then we're going to follow this until we get to the river, sort of. And then we're going to tune in the VOR, which I believe is this VOR, if I'm not mistaken. It is not this VOR. Where's our VOR? It's down here somewhere. Is it this one? It's this one. We're going to follow this VOR inbound. But then we're landing at this airport. So then it will be a visual landing regardless of weather because there's no instrument approach. So that's our flight plan in a visual sense. I guess I could like set up Sky Vector, but then I got to do a separate recording, splice it in. This is good enough. We're because of weather, which we're going to go over in a minute, we're going to take off runway 31. We're going to turn around and fly opposite runway heading, which is 130, until we pick up the VOR, which we're going to go inbound at 180 degrees. And when we get down there close enough, we will have to break free and go visual and land at our destination, which has an elevation of 113 feet. And based on weather, we'll probably land on runway 32, but we don't know. Is there an ATIS there? There's no ATIS there, is there? Nope. So that'll be completely on our own. In fact, I think it's grass. Not sure. But anyway, so that's your instrument stuff. So let's get our VOR in there. So I haven't looked at this nav. I usually do it in GPS. I think I'm going to use GPS as my backup, but I really want to do a VOR in this aircraft. It's been a very long time. So let's clear out whatever that was from whenever long ago that was. Oh yeah, this does not have scroll wheel support. Okay, so is outside one? Yes. So we are going to fly to Echo Papa Golf Indigo. And like usual, if you want to get all the flight information, check the description below. I stopped throwing it in the video because it just looked messy and I couldn't find anything I liked as a format. So I just put in the description. We're taking off at EPOK. We're going to land at EPGI. Where's our Golf? And where's our Indigo? India. I say indigo, don't I? It's actually India, isn't it? Leslie, there we go. Boom. All right, so we're not going to put it in a direct. Well, I guess we will because let's go with other ports. Boom. We'll adjust that direct because we're not going to follow it, really, because we're going to do our own thing. But that's just in case. The main way I want to navigate today is with our nav radio, which is our first one, second one. This is our first one. Should match that. Doesn't it? No, this is our first one. That's our second one. Do we have 3 in this one now? VOR card right here. Which one is it going to follow? Is it going to follow 1 or 2, or is this going to follow 1? That's going to follow 2. I don't remember. So what we're going to do to get started, we're going to match them. And then during flight, I'll screw around with them and see which cards change. This might be 3. This might be 2. That might be 1 on the left. We're going to find out. So let's first of all... 112, 5. Oh, it is. It's going to match this one, isn't it? Is it? It is. 1, 1. See, I already answered my own question. 1 and 1. This is 2. So the question still is, which one is that going to follow? Is that going to be 1 or 2? Is that going to be 1? That's going to be 2. Is that going to be 1? That's going to be 1. We're going to find out, aren't we? All right. We want 114.6 though. 114.6. Put it in there. Should flip in there. We're also going to do this one too. Like I said, we're going to mess around with them and see what 114. 114.6, 114.6, 114.6, and then we'll mess around when we're there and see which gauges change and respond to which radio. Okie dokie. We're not going to put this on CDI, or we're not going to change it to GPS. We're going to keep it on VLOC. And then at some point we'll go visual. Okay, that's simple for that. What is next? Tune the radios and barometer and instruments and altimeter. So we used to get our flight information, weather information from here. But I want to see if there's an ATIS today. And there is not. So we don't get ATIS. If there's ATIS, you can just click it to tune it. Or you can tune it manually and we'll get ATIS across the top. But not today. So weather is sky conditions 1300, scattered 3300, broken, visibility 10, wind 280 at 12, altimeter 2932. We want to do the 2932, 2932. Okay. And wind is 280 at 12, so take away the 0, 28. We want a runway that's close enough to 28, which is going to be 31 right there. Actually, 26 is even closer to 38. See, this is different. When I looked at the weather before I started recording, this number was different. That's why I picked 31. It changed. 28. We have a 26. So which runway is going to be 26? This one right here, which is going to be a very long taxi. I put us here, so it would be a short taxi. So we got to go across the airport runway, turn left, zigzag, and then actually pretty much just stay straight, you know. And then we'll find our other runway. Long taxi ahead of us, but that's okay. All right, we got that information set up. Let's keep this like this, so when I get lost, I can see us at the airport. What is next? Test the caution lights. I have a preset for that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not this. Fine. Here we go. Let's do dim. Or no, let's do test. Down to go up. Testing good. We'll keep it bright since it's... Come on. Since it's daytime outside. Close all the doors. First of all, we need our little black book again. Come out here. And let's close the... Now, I want to show you the baggage door, so let's go back to this side. Rear baggage door is closing. Front baggage door is closing. Close the book. Hop back here. Close the door. Take your sweet time. I got some of these lights on because you can, and it's super fun. And close that door as well. And let's get this thing started. Fuel boost. Can't see from here. Can't see from there. We can see from here, though. Fuel boost. You can hear the wind blowing. Throttle levers forward. Wait. Fuel levels 4. Full. Throttle's a quarter. Both engine igniters, which is always up. Like, this is... I know up is on, but they're always on by default for some reason. Flick for left engine. And we should get something going here. Only 12 minutes into our video. Alright. You can see the reflection, but if you come down here, you can actually see it spinning up. And we should have prop RPM is up. Looking good. Let's do the other side. Come back down here. Watch the gauges spin around, as well as the prop come up. There we go. You can also check out passenger view and see everything spinning there. And see everything spinning there. You can look outside. You can watch them change pitch and they sound different. Okay. Generators to reset, then on. Generators to reset, then on. Generator to reset, then on. Engine igniters off. And air bleed to on. Where are you? There you go. See down here, on is down. Over here, up is, maybe that's on now. Someone told me in the comments that up is on, but that's off. That's the only thing where down is off in this entire airplane. See, everything is down is on except that. So let's just do that. Let's just say down is on and up is off. I don't know. I don't think this plane's getting any more updates, so we're just going to have to live with it. All right, temperature and climate control. Cold day. Let's warm this thing up. Good. That's auto. Boom, boom. And manual warm. Actually, hold. Auto, manual, and whatever. Let's see what is next. De-icer. I really don't know anything about the de-icer here. Again, is what you make of it. In this airplane, you don't have to worry about it. It's just stuff to click on. At least it seems that way. Pitot heat. Make sure all the warnings and cautions are out. And they are. Taxi lights on. Props forward as far as needed. And begin taxi. How high are we going to fly today? Let's do 8,000 feet. It's already in there. We will use autopilot just so that I can sightsee. Alrighty, what is our taxi? Our super long taxi. What did I say? We're going to cross the runway, turn left, and there's another runway way over yonder. Way over yonder. So let's get comfortable in our chair. And props forward. Parking brake off. And let's go. Just like this. Do you need a taxi with me? I don't know. It's kind of a cool airport. I like how there's a forest right there. That's pretty cool. But I don't really think you need a taxi with me too much. So I'm just going to drive around. Get to the end of our runway. At runway, was it 29 or something like that? And I'll see you there. Alright, we lost all of our taxi lines. But looking at the line, looks like there was another way to approach this runway, because we have a taxiway coming from the other side. I didn't see that, but that's okay. Like I said, we don't have ground control to help us out. I'm trying to see where that came from. Came from over there somewhere. Man, I want to... Hang on, we're going to look at this airport a second. This is just gorgeous. Let me get into position here. Let's stop right here. And set the parking brake. Just look at this. In the distance, let's back up a little bit. Look at that. I love how there's like this forest and the airport goes around the forest. That is really cool. Like there's airport here, forest, and then we knew from before because there's more airport on the other side. That is really neat. But yeah, this taxiway came from here, but I don't see how it connected. But anyway, that is awesome. That is so cool. Alrighty, let's see. Hop inside. Reverse flaps to 10. General entrance lighting can come off, or it needs to come off. And taxi lights off. Landing lights come on. We're going to immediately head 130 degrees. So let's get that going here all the way to 130. Can I just do it like this? Yeah, but it's all jumpy. Okay, there we go. 120, 130. So let's set the heading bug to 130. Yeah, we're just going to go out and circle to the right to hit 130. Again, if you want a visual, we're going to come out here, immediately circle to the right, come back to 130. And then we'll just use heading bug 130 until we intercept the VOR, which again, once we're in the air, we'll see which gauges are picking that up. Otherwise, yeah, something else. We'll do alt alert in the air, and we'll do AIS hold in the air, and we'll do heading in the air. There we go. Okay. What is next? Start the clock. Props forward. Where's mode? Mode's already on. Wherever you want it. And props forward. Takeoff speed 65 knots. Climb, set climb speed. And then cruise only rules have for cruise are landing lights off and barometer, which you don't need to worry about those two things. Okay, here we go. What am I doing? Parking brake is off, rolling forward. The wind is going to affect us even during my taxi. We're getting blown around a little bit. Ooh, sorry if I have loud bleed from my speakers into my microphone. I cannot reach my volume control right now. I'll turn that down in a moment. In the meantime, I might just sound like I'm yelling, which I'm not, and my rudder is caught on a cable under my desk, so that's why I wobbled. Let's get in the air. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that wind. That wind. All right, step on the brakes to stop the wheels from spinning. Flaps can come up. There we go. Let's hit Alt Alert for altitude. We're going to hand fly this a second. It is so windy. Look at that scenery though. And I am so pumped to be recording at 60 frames per second. How cool is this? Wow. Oh yeah, the European Autogen. Very nice. But we have a plane to fly. Alright, we're going to climb about 97 knots or so. So let's have our climb speed match what we want. That's not what I meant. Turn all the way around now to 130. And then once we get closer, I'll engage autopilot with heading bug and IS hold until we hit altitude. Then we'll speed up using the gauges. Using the gauges entirely. And there's our climb speed. So let's trim for climb speed and let's keep turning. And then when we get close to it, we'll do autopilot. I just want to see how smooth our handoff can be. Alright, there's our heading we want to hold. Almost. Oh. And pitch up to slow down. I'm going to keep throttles at full because we can in this aircraft. So, here we go. Engage, heading, AIS. Boom. And it's, oh yeah, that's going to hunt for a while. It's going to go up, then it's going to come down. I'm talking about our IS. I set it at 97. It dropped to 90. It should come back up to 97. Maybe not. It will. It'll work its way back down. It's really strange. Here, it's working its way back down. Okay. There we go. Alt Alert will stop us at 8 grand sometimes. And then once we intercept our VOR, we will do direct on autopilot so we can get to the airport. Coming down here now, let's see which radio is doing what. Actually, first of all, let's have a quick look at the scenery before we lose it. We might already be losing it in the clouds. And that's okay. It's your airport though. Like I said, we had a very quick churn. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to that. So which radio is doing what? So we have this one, and we have this one. So let's go over here and let's switch this one. And what do we lose? This. Okay. So this is radio nav 1, that's nav 2. This is also nav 2. So if I switch nav 1, which we can do here or up here, we should now lose this one that we did. I can switch it back with this. Oh, we do have a distance. Yay! No, that's distance under GPS. That's not distance to the VOR. Or is it? Yeah, it says VOR, radial, which we're not worried about quite yet, because we're going to intercept at 180. And distance. But that's matching that's distance. What if we go like this? Nope. I don't know. I still think that's distance to the airport, because look, when I change it to GPS, nothing's changing. Interesting. Alrighty, we're going to intercept at, what did I say, 180? We're going to intercept 180, which I should have gone the other way. Can I go faster on this? I can't. 180. Just like that. So basically when we get to here, we turn right. Or we'll actually do, then we'll do nav, because our nav is set to the VOR, not GPS. So we can actually use nav with VOR, and this will be the first time we've done this. That's why I wanted to do it this way. Is it up for 180 in this one? If I go like this, 180, it doesn't really, there's not like a marker or anything. But anyway, we are set under VOR. Once we intercept this, we will switch our autopilot to nav, which is locked to the VOR, not the GPS this time. The GPS is just, there's our backup. Otherwise, that is it, folks. This will level us off at 8 grand. I'm going to keep the landing. I'll turn landing lights off this time. Why not? Otherwise, we're cruising. We're going to keep full steam ahead because we can in this aircraft. Time for some sightseeing. I'll catch you when we intercept that VOR. Alright, I apologize that we can't really see the river and we can't see the water or anything, but I have to say the view above these clouds with real world weather is amazing. It's been so long. Oh, there's a river right there. It's been so long since we've had real world weather and clouds that I'll take this over sightseeing any day. Y'all agree back there? Oh, you need your light on, ma'am? There you go. Alright. It is about time, though, to intercept this VOR. So check that out. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to do nav, because this is set to VLOC, which is set to our whatchamacallit, or VOR. And there we go. It's turning on us. So that's going to follow us directly to the VOR. The airport, though, is not at the VOR. It's a little bit to the east. So what we're going to do is we're going to enjoy this turn. And this will take us pretty much over the river. Although we're not going to see a whole lot from the clouds, but there you go. How gorgeous. Oh my gosh, the high frame rate really makes a difference. Oh, how nice is this? Wow. Just wow. Anyway, but we do have a plane to fly, so. Okay, what are we going to do? We're leveled off at 8,000 feet. We just got there. What we're going to do, because we can, is we are going to check out what our vertical navigation should be. So I think we said the airport was 700. See, look, we followed it exactly how we said we would. Boom, boom, boom. Then we have our friends with us here. And we're going to follow the river. All right, so I think it was 700. What was it? 700, 113 feet. Well, I checked. 113 feet. So, let's see. We want to be... Oh, I forgot you have to click on this one. There we go. Let's do 500 feet. 3 miles before, 2 miles before, 2.5 miles before our airport at 800 feet per minute or so. So in 9 minutes we'll descend there. So because I want to use my radios, we're going to put this on VNAV. And then I'll just use a radio which is tuned in, which is also this. So wait a second. That's 1, that's 2. Is this 3? Oh, duh, I didn't tune this to 180. Whatever. Okay. Co-pilot, do your job. Oh, I can do the coupling. There's a coupling here for radio 1 or 2. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's awesome. Okay. Anyway, let's not get distracted too much. Descend in 8 minutes. What do we have to do? We need our decision height. I'm not worried about decision height. I mean, not decision height. MDA. Not gonna worry about that because that'll kick it autopilot even if it's off at your height. Destination weather, though, we do need to get that. So what is our altimeter? 2935. Let's bump this up because we're getting close. 293. Boom, boom, boom. 35. Alrighty. Wind is 260, which means we'll land runway 32, which is going to be this runway right here. So we'll fly to the airport, or we'll keep going towards this VOR, and then once the distance is close enough that we should be able to see, we're going to brake and do a visual landing. We'll probably fly, because we're coming from here, we'll probably fly over to do a left. Traffic pattern, land on runway 32. Grass, turf. What's the wind like here? 10 knots, not too bad. We should be okay. So there we go. We got that taken care of. What else do we need to do? Landing lights at 10K. We'll turn landing lights on when we start coming down. Approach at 100 knots. Touchdown at 75. Piece of cake. Alrighty. We got what? 7 minutes till top of descent. Plenty of fuel, I think. Way more fuel than we need. Very simple. Very easy. More sightseeing for you, and I'll catch you in about 6 minutes my time. Well, it's about time to descend to target in just a moment. I just wanted to look around with you a little bit and see, again, how amazing the scenery is and everything, and the river and everything. But I also wanted to show you, if we do another flyby, look at that crazy crosswind. It is insane. The crosswind will be from the left when we're landing, I think. Yeah, because it's 29 over 30. Yeah. Should be from the left when we're landing, which means we'll try to execute a crosswind landing best as I can. We can usually do a pretty good job on this one when we do our crosswind. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'm kind of nervous if you can't tell from my voice, but we'll see. Alrighty, let's see. What do we need to do? Get ready to send to target. We are going to... I'll just take off Alt Alert and try to use IES hold to come down. Is that going to work? Can I take that out? Is that in or out? That's out now, right? That's in, that's out. If we use IES hold and we bring our throttles back, instead of slowing down, it should point down and descend but keep the same speed. Looks like it's actually going to work this time. I know it doesn't say descend to target yet. It takes so long to get this thing dialed in. I'm starting now. Because now we're at 1,500 feet descent per minute. We want to do 800 feet. It takes such a long time to dial it in. Very slowly moving the throttles to get this thing working. I can't believe it's working this time. That's amazing. Usually it just slows down and stalls and doesn't come down. But this is going to work. The only problem is we're a little early now. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Alrighty. All we need to do, turn on landing lights and 100 knots, we'll do flaps 20, and then we'll do flaps 30 and touchdown is 75. So 100 and 75. Those are the two numbers we need to know. And then we land. That's it. Couldn't be simpler. So I'm going to keep an eye on things. So our descent is exactly 800 feet per minute. I can't believe that worked out. We're early though. But our VSR is still climbing. No, it's coming down. So let's not descend as steeply. I'll manage the descent. You manage sightseeing. And I'll catch you in a little bit. I want to break in super fast, and this is the VOR distance as suspected, because the distance is 22.1, whereas the distance for our trip is 21.7. They're different numbers, which means this is the VOR. That's what I thought. Can't remember if I said that or not earlier, but that's what I thought it was. So there we go. That has been cleared up as well. So we now know which radio does which gauge. We now know what's tied to what. Again, it's our first time navigating with VOR on autopilot in this airplane. So good, it's working. Back to sightseeing. So far things are going well. We can't see much because of the clouds, so we're relying on our instruments and gauges. We're 3,400 above sea level, aiming for about 133. Actually, we're aiming for 500. Hopefully we can see things by then. We're staying on the VOR target. Our speed is held at 134 just fine. We're descending about 500 feet per minute. Everything is staying constant. Our VSR is suddenly climbing like crazy, though. That means we have to increase our rate of descent. We'll bring throttles back so that we descend while maintaining the same speed. It's been working for some reason. I don't know why it's working, but it is. I usually have a hard time with this airplane. The VSR should go the other way now. Well, it will in a moment. At least it's slowed down. There we go. Keep an eye on that. I kept thinking we were going to hit the ground looking out these windows, but we are a good 3,000 feet above sea level still. Yeah. Not much to worry about there. Our distance, we've got 9 miles to go. So if it were a clear day, we would be able to see where we're going. There's our VOR right there. There's the airport. But because it is not a clear day, we can't see anything. Can't see anything. Let's just not worry about that right now. Let's just bring this down a little bit more. Alrighty, we're looking for 500 feet or so. by the time we get to that VOR. Let's see what happens. Well, now it's raining. Can't see anything. It's all fogged in. And there's the river right here. So if this were real life, we would say, sorry, we can't land there. We can't get a visual of the runway. Well, maybe we can, but not close enough. We'll see what happens here. Looks like got a little bit of terrain too, but this might not be a good ending, folks. Well, we might be able to catch the runway. I still feel like we're going to crash. Man, oh man. We're 1,500 feet above sea level, though. What are we looking under VSR? It's saying to come down faster. I don't know, we're cruising pretty good. Only 4 miles away. We should be able to see the runway off to the left. I don't. But it's around there somewhere. If we don't see it, we're going to have to call it off. But I'm really hoping we can see the runway and land. Because there's no calling it off when I do the sim. We'll just try to land somewhere. Alright, 2 miles from the VOR, 3 miles from the VOR, 1,000 feet above sea level. I think what we're going to do, get our feet back on the rudder pedals here. We're going to kill autopilot. And we're going to take over manually. And we're going to look for an airport. And then once we find the airport, we'll slow down and all that stuff. So once we get lined up for approach, our final approach should be 100 knots with flaps at 20. Touchdown at 75 with flaps at 30. We have reversers. We're going to need them. Oh, I just thought of something. This is a grass strip. We're going to have to find a grass strip in this weather. Keep an eye on our altitude. We're 1,000 feet above sea level, so 900 feet above ground level. I think that's it right there. No, it isn't. Maybe it is. Yeah, I think we're looking. Yeah, we're pointing right at it. I think. Yep. Here it is. Right here. Right there. Okay. Runway's in sight. We're going to do a visual approach, but the opposite direction because of the crazy wind. So let's see if we can fly a tight pattern here. We'll slow down in a moment. So if we're landing facing, what is it? 30. What was our runway heading? Well, general. Whoops, not airplane. General runway here. Let's keep an eye on the gauges too. 32. All right, so let's set. And what was that wind? 29, right? Come on. 209, 250 now. Okay. So we're going to have a really strong crosswind from the left. So let's set this to about 32 while I try to fly. So there's 310, 20 or so. Can I get down there super fast and have a peak? Uh-oh, why won't my preset work? There we go. 32, good enough. Okay, so that is our runway heading. That doesn't really make sense, but maybe it does. Gears already down, obviously. All right, let's turn back. Let's see if this is enough. If there's not enough for an approach, we'll turn around. Let's get flaps to 20. And it'll slow us down, but that's okay. We don't want to descend yet, or else we won't be able to see anything. I don't see I lost the runway because we totally lost it. That's because I had the wrong dock. Wow, I'm out of it today. Let's send this to actually 32. So now that's 32. There we go. Where's this runway? Should be right around here. And I lost it. Nope, we're over it. That's why. Okay, let's try that again. Flaps coming in. We can get our speed back. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try this again. Let's slow down a lot. Let's do a crosswind leg. Again, no instrument approach on this. We're just going to have to look out the window and hope we see it. But we know because we're heading bug the orientation of the runway. So So we're slowing down and we're losing altitude and we're turning all at the same time. We'll get flaps out as soon as we get down to 100 knots. Let's not lose too much altitude. Let's stay about 1,000. I don't see the runway. Yes, I do. I think I do. Whoop, wrong preset. Alright, first set of flaps are 20 flaps, just so we can keep nice, slow, and steady flight here. Let's not descend yet till we see the runway. Keep that. Keep the throttles. Lots of throttle. There you go. Slow to respawn. That's okay. Where is this runway? We're going to have to turn and look for it, I guess. Alright, let's just turn and look for a runway, because I don't know exactly where it is with the fog and not knowing the area. It's kind of a challenge, but that's okay. We'll find it. We will find it. So we know this is about runway heading. So we're either coming at it or we're parallel to it. Oh, I see it. It's right there. I think. It's really hard to see in this fog. Yeah, that's it. Okay, here we go. Let's get a good approach set up. Let's slow down to 100 knots. Let's start coming down because you know the runway is at 133 feet above sea level. Although we are 1,000 above and it looks so close to the ground. That might not be right. Yeah, it should be right. Alright, let's pitch down for our speed. And keep the throttles about where they are because we do want to come down. Oh, yeah, we are pretty high. This is so hard to tell without peripheral vision. And the trees right in front of the runway. So we'll do flaps 30 at 75. And then we'll touch down at 75. So let's do flaps 30 now. That'll help reduce our speed a lot. There we go. And it's hard to see that runway in the fog. I think I see it. There's 75 right there. Let's not go any slower. Get those throttles going so we don't descend as quickly. Oh my gosh, look at this wind. Oh my word. Look at it blowing us straight sideways to the right. So if we're going to do cross-mount landing, we're going to do left wing down, right rudder. And touch the left main down firmly. Right main down, but still keep that nose wheel up because we're on grass. We don't want to slam the nose wheel down. It's a very short runway. Got to clear these trees. We're going to go slow, and the slower we go, the harder it's control. We are going like totally sideways to the right. I'm fighting this so hard to keep us from not going to the right. This is ridiculous. Wow. Look at this. Look at this crosswind. We're almost sideways. This is nuts. Alright, let's land this thing safely and very, very slowly. Right at stall speed. Do not update the weather now. Right at stall speed. Let's get that right rudder. Left wing right rudder. Pull back. Come on. Touchdown. There we go. Nose wheel down very gently. Reversers. Wow, that was a challenge. If it didn't look like a big deal, that means I did a good job. But that was insane. But we did it. We did a great crosswind landing. Firm touchdown. We don't want to do that firm on grass, but firm touchdown, left main first, right main. Nose wheel came down gently. Landed just above stall. We only used like 1/10 of the runway. Flaps turn already. Let's pull out of here. Holy moly, Rocky Roly. I love it. I love the challenging landings. Alright, let's get off the runway here and park this thing. Alright, so what are you looking at? Flight time of 41 minutes. It did not seem like 41 minutes. It was so much fun. So much fun. I loved having the real world weather and all those clouds and everything. Gorgeous. And we still got to see the river. Alright, we're not worried about taxi lights or anything because we didn't really have a taxi because of where we are. So what do? Stop the clock we did. Turn on all the cabin lights so people can start getting their stuff going here. Landing lights come off. We did. Taxi lights, don't worry about it because we're in a parking spot. So at the parking brake we did. Taxi lights off. They are. Props to Feather. Oh, it does make a sound on this one. Turn off the radios, but you can't turn that one off, I guess. We can turn these off. That one won't turn off. Fuel boosts off. Fuel cut off. Turn off all the lights now. Like so. And let's turn this on because we're actually sitting on the ground and it's scary weather. All right, let's get our GPU out, which is going to be this one. Let's open up this door. Let's open up, come on. Let's open up that door, pop out, and open up the rear baggage. Open up the front baggage. Close this. Come back inside. Turn off the generators. External power so people can still see stuff. DC master off and bleed air off. There we go. Very, very successful flight. That was like almost an hour 45 minutes my time to do that. I don't know why it was so long. It seemed like 5 minutes. That did not seem like a 41-minute flight. That was so much fun. And look at that terrain. There was a lot of terrain around here. But anyway, we didn't know the area, but it's storming, kind of. It's a moderate rain, low visibility. Didn't know the area. We used the radios instead of the GPS, and then we just visually landed. So we did everything by plan using radios. We haven't done radios in this plane before, at least not this version of it. Great crosswind landing, gorgeous terrain. We got to do some more stuff in Poland. This is awesome. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for continuing to support. If you found by accident, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. If you have a flight request, leave it in the comment section, and I'll do what I can to accommodate the flight as closely as requested. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I can't wait to do the next one, and I'll see you then.